Hello, everybody out there. Welcome back here with the future once again, and welcome back to another thrift shop and flea market finds video here. This will be volume 3 that I am going to do. If you have not checked out the other 2 volumes here to my series, my thrift shop and flea market finds, I will put the playlist up in the right. I pretty much go through everything that I've built up lately over a period of time, and once I get enough stuff that I think is going to make an interesting vid, then I go ahead and do another volume. I've done 2 volumes already. It's all stuff that I add to the collection, books, puzzles, figures, plushes, whatnot, all different kinds of random stuff that I add to my collection. Most people that have watched my channel already know what I'm into, but if not, go back and check out the Futures Viewer Zone, and you'll get a look at what I'm into. I also have the Showcase and Review Corner, and I've done a lot of those lately over like figures and stuff that I pick up and add to my collection. And also I have my DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS collection zone. I do a lot of videos over that too, and I will put that up in the right at the end here. I do have a few VHS that I will show. I'm not going to show them off actually one by one. I'm going to wait and do a VHS collection update, but I'm just going to show the stack that I picked up in my hauls lately from the thrift shops and flea markets. So I'm glad that everybody is tuned in. If this is your first time watching, make sure you hit the subscribe, give me a like, and drop a comment down below if you like what you see here. But I'm going to get right into things here. And I'm a big fan of Disney, as anybody knows, and I picked up a lot of Disney-related stuff lately in this haul, and the first few things are a couple tins. I love getting tins. I don't know why, but especially if they have Walt-Disney on them. And this was a Mickey Mouse tin here that I picked up for really cheap. You can look on the back here and see they don't actually have any kind of date on it or anything, but this once contained 4-ounce Mickey-shaped cookies. But pretty cool. I like the look of it and the design of it. The sticker on the back there looks quite old, and it says Mickey and Company there, Disney, but like I said, it didn't have a date on it. But I'm sure it's probably from the 90s, maybe even early 2000s, I don't know. But I just like these tins, You can always store stuff in these, and I just like anything Disney related too. And the other tin I got was also Disney related. As you can see here on the back here. It's marked Disney, based on the Winnie the Pooh works, it says there. It says all kinds of sayings that Tigger would say there around the side. And then it's got this raised Tigger here on the top, which is very cool. And I like to display these things too. Very cool. But that adds into my Winnie the Pooh section of my collection that I have quite a few things of Winnie the Pooh now. I'm a fan of that. Anything Disney related I'm a fan of, obviously. Other Disney things that I picked up. This is a little ceramic. It looks like it's from Easter or something, but it's a ceramic little Donald Duck here. And I picked this up for like, a few cents. And as you can see, it's solid ceramic work there. Who knows how old this thing is. It does have a Disney stamp on the bottom, but it's wearing off, and I'm going to see if it zooms in there or focuses in on it. But you can see there, it's marked in blue there, and it's not going to focus in. I don't think it's going to focus in too good, but we'll see there. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. It just says Disney there, copyright, the stamp, and then the sticker there below, made in China, whatever, licenses on the stamp and everything. But awesome likeness here, little statue. I already have it up on my stand up there above my desk, so that's pretty cool. Also, other Disney things that I picked up, plushes. This is Minnie Mouse, a little Minnie Mouse plush, and it is official Disney on the tag, but I could not find a date. It's in pretty good shape. This was in the bin. I got 2 of these for $1, and I found Minnie. And then the other one I found, and I should have pulled this one out first, but this is Donald Duck. And he's a lot looser than Minnie there, but awesome representation of little Donald Duck in stuffed animal form here, or Beanie Baby type form here, more than stuffed animal. But I would consider them plushes, beanies, whatever. So you have Donald there now by his little figure that I picked up, and then Minnie. So I thought those 2 plushes were pretty cool. And yeah, it does have the official licensed Disney here on the bottom too. If it'll focus in there. So you can see there. Pretty cool. Anything Disney I love. So that's pretty much all the Disney stuff that I picked up. I did pick up another thing Disney, but I'm going to save it here for the end of the video. Everybody knows that I'm a big St. Louis Cardinal fan too. I'm only an hour and 20 minutes from St. Louis, even though I live in Illinois. I've always been a big Cardinal fan. Most people would be surprised I should root for a team from Missouri, but I'm in Illinois, but that's just the way it works. And when I saw this little ceramic, looks like a yard ornament thing for like gardens and stuff by Jubilee here on the bottom. When I saw this, I had to pick it up because it was so reminiscent of the birds on the bat, the iconic logo for the St. Louis Cardinals, and I wanted it up on my shelf next to my Cardinal stuff, and I got it for, just a couple cents, so couldn't go wrong with that. I thought the Cardinals are very cool in there too. So reminiscent of the birds on the bat. But another thing that I picked up to go with the Cardinal collection with this old plush. And I'm guessing that's a hot dog in his right hand. I'm not sure, but he's got a glove on his left. This thing's old as heck. You can just tell by the coloration of it. And Cardinals on the back. And something on it there you can pick off. But yeah, I couldn't find a tag or anything on this plush here to find a date, but it does have trademark of St. Louis Cardinals there. But it's cool nonetheless to add to the St. Louis Cardinals section of my collection. Also, I picked up some books here, and always like to look through the books. Picked this up for like $1 or less. I think it was actually like 25 cents or something. It says $1 on it there. When it was sold at Dollar General there, it looks like somebody threw this coloring and activity book away. And brand new. Like, nothing's colored in it. I like to use these to draw out of as well. Like, I'll just, I'm a lot better looking at something and drawing it than just draw it out of my head. But I could pretty much draw it just like it's shown here when I do draw it. But some cool pictures in here nonetheless. Gotta love anything Marvel. Big Marvel fan, as you can see up there, my Marvel wall. Don't have my lights turned on back there right now, but I have enough light for the video here. So, next couple books that I got, I had to grab one because it was like 2 for 25 cents or something like that one day. And I grabbed this novelization of King Arthur and His Knights of the Round Table by Roger Lancelyn Green. And it is a Puffin Classics book, introduced by David Allman. There it says, and on the inside there were other books that you could get from this line of books, Puffin Classics. But I'm looking for a date here right now or something that I can find on here. I don't actually see one. Hard to find the dates on these sometimes on books. But you can see on the back here, it was sold for $4.99, so a little bit wore, but I'm a big fan of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. So I thought the book was cool. Picked that up. Next book I picked up, being a baseball fan, of Cardinals and everything. This is another random pickup, just blind buy that I picked up, but it's the Little Big Book of Baseball, and it's got a bunch of interesting facts in here. It's not like a kid's book, really, but it's got a bunch of interesting facts here about baseball, but they made it more like a kid's book, but very neat. I really like the design of the book, how they got like this built-in bookmark here for it. The design of it with the pinstripes, the Little Big Book of Baseball. I'm not sure if this had a cover over it before, but I kind of like it, how it is. And all kinds of stuff, just going through the history of baseball. Very cool illustrations and pictures. Really cool. So that was a good pickup to go into the book section of my collection. The next few books I got, I'm kind of going to skip around on my books here. I actually picked this one up lately. It was the junior novelization of Big Hero 6. I thought Big Hero 6 was a damn good movie, actually, if you ask me. If you haven't seen it, make sure you definitely check it out. But I am a fan of a lot of the Disney stuff, works and stuff, though, but I thought Big Hero 6 was cool. But check it out. It's got pictures of the different characters in the book here. Hiro Hamada and whatnot. But yeah, check out Big Hero 6 if you haven't saw it. Pretty cool. I like the novelizations that they have and anything Disney. And then I have Cartoon Network, Scooby-Doo, and the Zombie Treasure. And I picked up a VHS. I think it's called, let's see what it's called. Go up here. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. So it reminded me of this book. And I watched it a few times. That's pretty good VHS there. But I'm a big fan of the original Scooby-Doo stuff, and the later Scooby-Doo stuff. It doesn't really matter to me. But one reason that led me to pick this book up is because I got a pretty cool find here that I'm going to show off right now. This looks like a pretty current book here. It was looking around 2000 is when this is made. It's still a 17-year-old book. It's crazy to me. You know, I graduated in 2000, so it's not been that long ago to me, it seems like. But it really has. 17 years is the age of this book. But one of the cool things, I was with a friend, and she pointed these out to me in a Salvation Army when I was with her, and I'm like, I have to pick those up. And these were actually 16 years old because they're all from 2001. First, I have these mini figures here of you have Shaggy here, sorry, with a stack of hamburgers. And I think this is a real cool, I don't know if it's going to focus very good on him, but very cool likeness of Scooby here. Or Shaggy, I keep wanting to call him Scooby. But I couldn't find any like real good details on these on the figures. But then I looked at the back, and I just kind of looked them up, and it says Charter Limited there. And I found out that these are from 2001, all the figures that you're going to see here that I'm going to show off. And now he's focused better, and you can see his face there. But also a little Scooby I picked up, and he's got his magnifying glass there making his eye bigger. Pretty cool likeness of little Scooby. And he had the same kind of stamp there on the side. It's not wanting to focus real good here. Oh, there you see Charter Limited. It's very small. Camera's kind of having a hard time zooming that. But also individual like 3 3/4, 4-inch figures I found too. These were all in a bag, by the way, for $1.50. The two small ones here of Scooby and Shaggy, and then these 3 3/4-inch ones here. Very cool. Here's Scooby himself. And these are like more in the 3 3/4-inch size. Here you see Charter Limited on the side. It's very hard to see what they were, but I figured they were a set from 2001 from the research I did. So very cool having Scooby there. I did not have any Scooby-Doo figures either. And you have Velma. Very cool representation of Velma. And there you see a better look at the Charter Limited there. And these have articulation too. At the knees they bend, and at the arms they have like hinge joints. So I was very excited to pick these all up. $1.50 for every one of them. And then you have Fred, who always likes to drive the Mystery Machine. Very good likeness of Fred too. Charter Limited. Good likeness of Fred. Daphne. She is the sexy girl of the group. And you got the nerdy Velma. That's how I pretty much categorize them. Get a good shot. Yep. Nice little zoom there on Daphne. That's cool. And then, last but not least, you have Shaggy again, and his 3 3/4 to 4-inch representation. You have the old Charter Limited there on the back again. And focus it on him a little bit. Pretty cool. These were my favorite pickups that I picked up. And yeah, I thank my friend a lot because she was the one that saw them. And $1.50, can't go wrong for all of those. Very cool little lot of figures there that I have now in the collection. And also, she also saw this too before I did. And this was a $2 item, and it's still on card there. And it's paint your own statue. It includes 2 statues, 6 primary color paint. I don't know what it says there. 2 brushes, and one painting guide. Paint your own statue, and it's Lizard and Spider-Man. And one of the things I was thinking is how hard would it be to, color Spider-Man? And now that I look in there, I see that Spider-Man's arm and Lizard's arms are both kind of broke off there, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool. I like the packaging alone. Lizard on the side there. Ultimate Spider-Man. This was 2012 too, so I'm sure it's been dropped a few times. Includes 2 statues, 6 primary color paints, 2 brushes, and 1 painting guide. Distributed by Walgreens, so it was one of them Walgreens from Deerfield, Illinois. Made in China, what do you know? Wouldn't want to get those paints out and play with the kids. But, you know what? It's staying in the package. Arms are broke, but nonetheless, it's a cool little statue thing that I can put on my figures and package. So I thought it was cool for $2. I didn't even notice the arms were broke. I might have done that dropping it lately. I don't know. And then I'm always looking in. Oh, well, I better show this. This is also from 2012. It's from the Avengers line. This is another one of the cooler things that I picked up. It's this big, I'd say it's about 12 inch. Well, I don't know. It's definitely a 10-inch figure, if not 12. It's a big Hulk, but what's cool about this is not only is it a big figure, but it also talks and has motion. You can squeeze the leg here, and has sounds, and he comes down with his hands. And then in the stomach, you can push this abdomen in. And he has quite a few things that he says. Yeah, but you can see here on the foot there that it says 2000, and it says Hasbro. And then over here it says 2012. I don't know how good it's focusing. Focus pretty good on that one. But then Hasbro on that side. But I really like this thing. This is one of the cooler ones I got. Come down and crush some people. So put Hulk over there. Almost forgot about him. And then, yeah, I like to look into the puzzles too. And he's still talking over there. And I found this from 1991. It says on the side, and it's from the James Dean Foundation. It was a golden spotlight puzzle of James Dean. And I am a big fan of James Dean and his work, and he passed away way too soon in a tragic car accident back when he was in his prime. It says, "Sincerely, James Dean" down there, signed, an imprinted autograph, but I thought it was very cool. And I just like the look of this. Very good picture of James Dean, and I've never seen just a puzzle of James Dean. If you saw my first thrift shop and flea market finds, I got a puzzle of Breathless Mahoney from Dick Tracy, which is very cool too. But this is vintage too, 1991. And it is opened up here, and it looks like the pieces are all together because it's kind of like still together, like they just had it together and threw it back in there without breaking the pieces apart, which is pretty cool. I always am a stickler on getting puzzles that I think the pieces are not there, even though I probably won't put it together. It's just pretty much for the box arts that I like them. But I, could put these together and make a poster on the wall, kind of like those Marvel ones up there. But yeah, cool James Dean puzzle. Rebel without a cause. Gotta love it. And last but not least here, in my Thrift Shop and Flea Market Finds Volume 3 video, I have a few books, and the first one that I have here is part 3 of the story of The Lord of the Rings. It's The Return of the King. But why am I showing part 3 here? I did not pick up part 2 or part 1 of the story. They just had this one, and it looks like it was the novelization from the motion picture trilogy from New Line Cinema, and it was based on the J.R.R. Tolkien books, which I always enjoyed since I was a kid. Bilbo, Frodo, all of them. And Bilbo was actually the one in The Hobbit, the original one. And they had the enchanting prelude to the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, there. And the greatest fantasy epic of our time, J.R.R. Tolkien. One of the best series of books for sure ever made. And I don't actually know the years on these books, but I'm guessing they were around the time when the last film came out, because it has here on the inside. It continues with Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King, which they only had these two that I could find. But nonetheless, these were cool. But the coolest thing that I think I found overall, I was digging through records, and always go through the records because you never know what you can find in there, even as a movie collector and stuff. But it was the official animated film, the Rankin Bass production of The Hobbit. And it was this record here based on the original version of The Hobbit. You see there, written by J.R.R. Tolkien. Has the awesome art from the movie there by Rankin Bass. And I always loved this movie as a kid. My dad had it taped on VHS, and I would love to find it again. I do have the Ralph Bakshi one on VHS that they did, The Lord of the Rings, but then they followed it up, that one, which was not related to this one, but they followed up that one, and here it is. It says songs and dialogue from the original motion picture soundtrack, but they followed that up with their own Rankin Bass made-for-TV series of The Lord of the Rings too, which I'd really like to get a hold of. But this includes a 12-page book of full-color illustrations, and you can see there it is Disney, Disneyland Records, Storyteller 3819. And I've seen these going for buy it now price, $25, and people had these even listed up to like $50 online. I'm sure it has to do with condition. I love the ball and chain on the Hobbit there, and the front cover art of this is awesome. It's from 1977. But let's check out some of the inside art of this. So cool. This 12-page little book that you have on the inside, kind of telling you the whole story. And the pages are kind of apart too, so the condition is not great on this. But nonetheless, it is complete. It's all 12 pages. And then it goes into the back of the final page is the end of the story there. But all illustrations from the actual cartoon that Rankin Bass did. And then on the back you have some more cool art and credits there, starring in alphabetical order. It says based on the original version of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Also says about sounds and dialogue from the original soundtrack. I'd love to get a record player and play this thing and listen to it. Not for sale outside of the U.S. There you have Rankin Bass down there in the corner. Very cool, though. Love the illustration on it. This was one of my favorite buys. And yeah, always go through the records, because you never know. You might find one related to a film like me. And you might even find laser discs, because they are the same size as vinyl records. And a lot of the times they'll be placed in there by accident, and people don't even know they're laser discs. So I was kind of looking through them, and I found this Hobbit one, and I was psyched when I found this. And I think I got this for like, I mean, if you split, it was 2 items for 25 cents. So just make the math. This and a VHS. But I love this, man. Gandalf. Bilbo Baggins, I'm looking for you. But yeah, guys, I want to thank everybody who tuned in to this volume of the Future's thrift shop and flea market finds. Make sure you go back and check all of them out. I will make sure I did. If I didn't, I will put the playlist up to the right, so you can go back and check them all out. But I hope to get back very soon with more thrift shop and flea market finds for everybody to check out. I really enjoy doing these videos and enjoy all the feedback that everybody leaves. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, give me a like if you like what you've seen, just like I have already said. But yeah, guys, until next time, I appreciate the watch. And as always, peace out.